Hi everybody, I'm Rhiannon, owner of the Epsom Bakehouse, and today I'll be talking about one simple change that you can make to make your bread softer and fluffier once it's baked. It's probably the most common question that I get asked, and if you'd like more bread making tips and recipes like those that I share in these videos, then you can sign up to my regular newsletter, and the link is in the comments below, so do go and check that out. So today I'm answering, as I said, one of the most common questions that I get asked, which is how to make bread softer and fluffier once it's baked, and what's something you can do to help that. Well, there's one really simple change that you can make when you're baking bread at home. And as you can see here, I'm going to make some bread. So I've already weighed out my flour, salt and yeast, and it's the real basics of baking bread. And normally at this point would add in water, which would be fantastic. It would bake some wonderful bread. But there is something else you can add in that will make your bread softer and fluffier. And that one thing is some milk. So I'm swapping entirely the water that I would use for this recipe for milk. It could be full fat, semi-skimmed, 2%, whatever it is you normally drink at home. And if you wanted to try alternatives as well, that would probably work as well. So I'm going to add that in, and the reason that this works is that in the milk there is fats and a little bit more protein as well, but mainly it's the fats that help really soften the crumb, what we call the inside of the loaf. So that is what I'm going to add in to help make a softer bread. It's a really simple change. And you could also add in some butter as well, melt some butter. Here I'm using 500 grams of bread flour. And I'd probably put about 30 grams of butter into that. So it wouldn't be a fully enriched bread, but you could just add some butter in, and that again will help make your bread softer and fluffier. And I'd probably melt it and add it in. I'm not going to do it with this bread today, but you could also add that in for a slightly more enrichment. And this is taking a tip from all those, as you might know, enriched bread, so things like brioche, and that has lots and lots of butter in it, and it's a very, very soft, fluffy bread and really delicious to taste. Now, we're not adding that much more fat into this loaf, but with the milk, you are going to add some fats in, and also a tiny bit of sugar as well, so that might give your loaf a slight sweeter taste. So do let me know if you're going to try out that tip when you're next baking bread. If you want to make a softer, fluffier loaf, do put some fats into the bake. So you could either swap all the water for some milk, or you could put in some butter in addition. So if you're using water, you could add in, say, that 30 grams of butter melted, pour it in, and swap that for some of the water in your loaf. So do let me know if you're going to try out that tip. And I'm live on my page here and in my group, which is Bake Bread at Home. If you want to go and join the Facebook group as well, community there of people who bake bread at home. This goes live in there as well. A bread making tip that you can use simply at home to bake even better bread at home. And as I said, if you'd like any more of these bread baking tips, you can sign up to my newsletter, which is in the link in the comments. So do let me know if you're trying out this tip at home and what else you'd like answered on one of these bread making tips. What kind of bread making questions have you got? I'd love to know. Do let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be live again next week with another bread making tip, and I look forward to seeing you there.